The WNBA is breaking every record in the book. Viewership is through the roof. Team valuations are exploding from $2 million to $140 million in just 3 years, and the demand for expansion teams is at an all-time high. But here is the shocking truth that nobody wants to talk about. Despite this historic movement in the air, the WNBA is still not profitable. In fact, estimates suggest the league could lose up to $50 million this year alone. How can a league with this much hype be bleeding this much cash? And what does this mean for the players who are fighting for a bigger slice of pie that technically doesn't even exist yet? Before we break down the complex business model behind the madness, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments what topic you want to see us dive into next.
Two superstar rookie WNBA players who some claim are behind one of the fastest turnarounds in sports league history. Caitlin Clark signed a $28 million Nike deal before she had even played a professional game. She has also signed with Wilson. Angel Reese has deals with Reebok, Beats by Dre, Wingstop, Xfinity, and many more.
The Caitlin Clark effect is real, and it has fundamentally changed the math of women's basketball. Before Caitlin Clark even played a professional game, she signed a $28 million deal with Nike. She's the first basketball player since Michael Jordan to sign with Wilson. Alongside her, stars like Angel Reese are landing massive deals with brands like Reebok, Beats by Dre, and Wingstop. But here's the kicker. While these superstars are making millions in endorsements, their base league salaries are still incredibly modest. Caitlin's base pay is around $76,000. For context, the number one pick in the NBA earns over $12 million before a single sponsorship deal kicks in.
Breanna Stewart, the reigning league MVP or most valuable player, is earning $205,000. There's been a lot of talk about the modest earnings of players. Clark's base salary this year is about $76,000. For example, this year's number one NBA draft pick will earn a $12.6 million salary before sponsor.
This massive inequality is the driving force behind the upcoming labor war. The players are looking at the $2.2 billion TV deal set to start in 2026, and they want in.
The league's biggest challenge now is making its business model work while players are negotiating for a bigger slice of the pie. The $2.2 billion TV rights deal with Disney, Amazon Prime, and NBC Universal starting in 2026.
But the league's business model is a tangled web. Right now, the WNBA is only 42% owned by the league and its teams. The rest is owned by the NBA and outside investors who pumped $75 million into the league back in 2022. While that cash helped beef up marketing and staffing, it also means that a huge chunk of the revenue, like that massive TV deal, trickles up to the NBA and those investors before it ever touches a WNBA team's pocket.
The home team is loaded with stars too. DeWanna Bonner, Brianna Jones, and Alyssa Thomas. Jones is earning $212,000 in 2024. That's a long way from the about $49,000 she made as a rookie. They all played in the WNBA All-Star Game a couple of weeks later. Another event that broke records, including in attendance and viewership.
This is why you see veterans like Alyssa Thomas and Jonquil Jones still flying to Europe in the off-season to play for a second salary. Imagine being a top 3 player in the world and having to play year-round, putting immense wear and tear on your body, just because your WNBA salary of $218,000 isn't enough to sustain a world-class athlete's lifestyle. It's a grueling cycle that increases the risk of career-ending injuries.
So, after the WNBA season is over, Jones goes overseas, often to a league in Europe, to play a second season. Playing an entire year without a break is very strenuous on the body and can increase the risk for serious injuries.
Yet for roughly half the league, it's a financial necessity. The current collective bargaining agreement, or CBA, has a very unique and controversial revenue share model. In the NBA, players get 50% of all basketball-related revenue. In the WNBA, they only get a share of incremental revenue. Essentially, the league has to hit a massive, undisclosed revenue target first. Then, they have to exceed that target by 20% compared to the year before. Only then do the players get to split half of that extra income. As of mid-2024, that target hadn't even been reached. The league says they were in survival mode when this deal was struck, but the players are saying survival mode is over. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have brought a Bird versus Magic moment to the league, creating rivalries that people actually want to pay for. We're seeing teams like the New York Liberty bring in $2 million in ticket revenue in a single game. We're seeing expansion teams like the Golden State Valkyries land 15,000 season ticket deposits before they've even played a game. The growth is explosive, but the infrastructure is still catching up. The league is currently in growth mode, much like a tech startup that loses money while scaling up. They're building $100 million practice facilities and finally providing charter flights. But all of that costs money that the league hasn't fully earned back yet. The million-dollar question is, will the $2.2 billion media deal be enough to fix the math? Starting in 2026, the cash flow will be historic, but the players' union is already preparing for a fight. They want a model that looks more like the NBA, where they are true partners in the revenue. The league, however, is cautious. They don't want to snap their fingers and give away 50% of the revenue if it means the league goes defunct because it can't cover its operating costs. It's a delicate balance between being aggressive for the players' rights and ensuring the league survives for the next generation. Caitlin Clark isn't just a player. She's a business catalyst. Her presence has forced the league to move faster than it ever intended. But as we head toward 2026, the pressure is at an all-time high. Can the WNBA capitalize on this immense growth without breaking its own financial back? The rivalries are set, the stadiums are full, and the TV networks are writing the checks. Now, it's up to the league and the players to figure out how to share the wealth before the hype outpaces the bank account. One thing is certain, the era of the WNBA being just a summer league is officially over. The big business era has arrived, but it's going to be a bumpy ride to profitability.